work, and I know I'm gonna be on time. Let me turn this down. People be driving like all these people over here was doing 90 miles per hour, and every last one of y'all at a light on the way to go nowhere, on the road to go nowhere. So yesterday, yesterday I went down the daggone rabbit hole. I went down the rabbit hole. So I was talking to my god sister, right? We was just randomly talking. I don't even she she was telling me some crazy stuff, right? Some crazy stuff that she knows someone who knows someone. I mean, I don't even want to get into that. Put it like this. Ugh, sorry, y'all. I keep going in and out. Like my phone is just going dead. She was telling me like nowadays, well, I don't even know. She was telling me like the way people are going these days, especially in their 20s, their 30s, 40s, and on up, people are having like very open relationships. And I'm like, what you mean open relationships? She was like, sis, like they are really out here inviting people into their bedrooms, having sex parties and stuff. And I'm like, my eyes got big, like, say what? She was like, yes. She was like, you would think that the way she described it, like she was not normal because she's never done it and she's not down with that. And they normalize that everywhere. I'm like, are you kidding me? And she's like, no, you know me, my head has been in the clouds. Like I don't even be. Uh, so anyway, so after I was talking to her about that, I saw this video where this guy, the guy was a very good looking man, and he did a video where he was saying like, and I'm just gonna say what he said in his video. I'm not subscribed to him. I just came across his video, and he was saying how black women are the most um not bi. I don't know what's the word that he used. They're the most. I don't want to say biased. He used a very strong word. It'll come to my mind when it comes to dating a bisexual man. And then I'm looking at this like, well, which straight woman is dating a bisexual man? And the man who was talking is bisexual. So he goes on to tell this story about how his mother and his aunt and him is like the same age. They go out somewhere. And somewhere something was happening where the guys was they were dancing with other women or whatever like that. He says like the women were doing like a lap dance and he had to sit there, and it was a woman who was dancing with him. And after that he asked his aunt, could you see if I could get her number? And the aunt tried to talk to the girl because he's like, my family wants to see me with a woman. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I already knew that there are gay men out here. There are men who just want to be with men. When I was in the dating scene, especially in my 20s, it was very new when we were finding out the whole DL, the down low. But then the reality kicked in, like it was a lot of down low men. Then there were men that was telling us what other men do. Like we would see a lot of guys on motorcycles, and we would think that that was macho. But I remember like years ago, one of the guys was like, if they're wearing scarves, that lets you know if they're what they're into. And I'm like, what? My nephew who died years ago, he was in the lifestyle. He was gay, and he died. He died of AIDS. He contracted it with being with his partner, and he would always be like, Auntie, he gay, he gay, he gay, he gay. Oh, you got to put your gaydar on. And I'm like, for real? Like, I was like in shock about this. So in 2023, how bad can it really be out here? Now you got women that are literally out here having sex with straight men and bisexual men, and bisexual women having sex with men and then women. And I'm like, are they not teaching y'all like they used to teach us in high school? That if you lay down with one person and that one person has sex with like a million different people, you just had sex with a million and one different people. It's unprotected sex. But even protected sex, you got to be careful, because even if he puts on a condom, with all of whatever's going on, you skin on skin, you can still catch something with that. You could catch something kissing somebody. When I was growing up, I was scared of stuff like that. But it was a shame for a guy when you find out your guy, that was a rare thing. I don't think anybody in our group found out that their man was knocking the boots with another man. And if that happened, that man went MIA. You didn't hear from him. Nobody talked about it. Like those were like a no. But now, now it's the boldness of in your face. This is what I am. Like, so I'm listening to this guy. First of all, my eyes, I'm like, are- I'm looking like, how do you be? And he didn't. The thing is, he didn't look like what we used to grow up with, like the flamboyant ones or whatever like that. He looked like a real regular man. And he was basically saying like, well, let me get back to the story. So he was basically saying like, he asked his aunt to ask her, can they, talk? And then she just said, nah, ain't he gay? And she was like, no, I'm not going that way. And he said, you black women are the most. You just don't even get there. It's okay for you to be bisexual or you to be with someone else. But then when you find out that a man is sleeping with another man, you're just like, you're just, what did he say? What did he say? What was the words that he said? He said you're just gay phobic or something. I don't even know what the freak he said. But I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all rocking like that? Are y'all going like that out there? Like, um, I'm like, wait a minute. And so, I saw on the comments, it was women like, well, I wouldn't mind that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all really gonna do this? Y'all really, they, y'all really gonna do this? So let me tell you how the whole rabbit hole started. So when I was talking to my god sister, she was telling me that somebody she knows that know how to do paperwork really good changed the results on somebody's STD test because the person contracted something from somebody else and took it back to their significant other. And both of them are pointing fingers. And so this person went and got tested, and the test results came up positive. So this person went and took it to a professional, what do they call those people, that a forger, who basically changed the documents. And I'm like, say what? Say what? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, where in the world, what is wrong? And then that's when she got to telling me about all the crazy stuff she been hearing with people having these parties and unprotected sex and threesomes. And I'm just like, what? So, I'm going down the rabbit hole. And I'm like, this is disgusting. See, this is the reason why I say this stuff. Remain celibate. Stay celibate. I know it's hard because y'all be like, y'all got urges, but one night of pleasure can cause you a lifetime of pain. Or, yeah, well, it's literally a lifetime of pain. So, and then you had the young girl that was on YouTube, and she's sitting up here tattooed up all on the neck, tatted, talk about she don't know who gave her the juice. You know what I mean? And I'm like looking at her like she talking about she was running free with the wind. No, you was being risky, you was being irresponsible, and you didn't care your body is the temple. So anyway, let's go back to the dude. So I'm sitting up here and I'm looking at this and I'm just like, he is literally sitting up here explaining himself or of why he wanting to be with this woman. And so what? The simple fact that he's been with men. So what? He said, because if I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm not going to cheat and be with no man. And if I'm with a man, I'm with the man, and I'm not going to cheat and be with no woman. And I'm like, blink, blink. I'm like, whoa. And then he says this, and this is going to sound very, I got to keep it real with y'all. He says that the box is better than booty anyway. And I almost fell on the ground. I almost fell on the ground. He said that most men are looking for, somebody real nice. They work, they take care of their kids, the independent woman. And I'm like, wait a minute. Do I have to wait a minute? The last time I looked, straight women don't date gay men. So what is it really desperados out here that is settling? You didn't mind settling with inviting another woman into your bedroom, and now you have gone to the extent that because he looked fine, because he looked good, it's okay that he dates men. And I've been telling my single friends, y'all need to get y'all passports and go out of country, because something is going on with the men in the U to the S to the A. Like the boldness. And then literally, I sent that video to my friend. I said, listen to this mess. Listen to this mess. This is what's going on out here. And she she was like, she was stunned too. Because he was basically saying like, you black women are the most. Man, yes, this I I could not eat ook rabbit ook. Like like these were things 20 years ago. And yes, I'm 40 years old, but these were things 20 years ago. And we not playing them games. Ain't nothing changed. Excuse me, y'all. So anywho, so then I'm looking at some other videos, right? And I'm looking at other videos where people are talking about relationships and, oh, the reason why. I mean, this is the reason why relationships is so out of whack. Number one, you have the babies out of wedlock. Number two, you humping everything that's walking. Number three, you don't have any boundaries. You're not keeping the commandments of God. That's number one. Okay. You're not keeping the commandments of God, and you wonder why. Why is it so hard to date out here? Because every time you turn around, you give your body to somebody. You're not communicating to people. You lust after things that you know not to touch. You're not supposed to touch. And then have the audacity to get upset because the rest of the crew that's not rocking like that, you just like, y'all just be a whatever. No, that is a turn off. That's a turn off. You see a fine man, and I mean, he could be fine. Like back in the day, me and my crew, we'd be like, hello, doctor. But the minute he has the tendency of feminine or whatever you want to call it, I'm not in my book. Nah, I'll pass. No thanks. And then when you sit up here and say you're into men, oh, heck to the nah. And I don't mind saying hell nah. I don't, hell nah. So, I met a guy years ago. Remember when I was doing that lift on the side? The guy looked like a regular man. He looked like a man. He was a man. And he basically was like, my friend sisters are so stupid. And I'm like, why did you say that? And he's like, because all of them keep flirting with me and they have no idea that I'm gay. And I'm like, oh, really? He was like, yeah, I've been like this for years. And I'm telling you, he looked like the type that'll do some work on your car. Like, he looked like the type that'll put an engine together or whatever. But he was like, these chicks are stupid because they think he rocking that way. And as nice as he is, that went straight out the window because it's nah, man. I'm not nah, no. And so you got when this guy said that black women are, that's what he said. Black women are the most homophobic women. Why? Because they won't sleep with you. Because when they find out you like what they like, nah. Number one, you got to be very careful because if you dealing with a man and let's say for instance he's openly bi and then he's dealing with the man and that man is jealous of you, I couldn't imagine sitting up there trying to go toe to toe with a dude over a dude. It's one thing to go back and forth with a woman and cat fight and be on the phone like, girl, whatever, he mine, whatever, but it's another thing when you got a dude like, man, I'll bust you for for my man. Like, nah, nah, you can have it, sir. No, no. And so I looked at this particular guy's video and it was like 6 months from the last video and I mean just the guy looked handsome. I cannot lie, he's handsome. And he's sitting up here talking about how he turning guys out that straight men out, and I'm like, oh, the times we living in, and he's literally talking about how he flirts with these straight men. You straight women out there, you single women out there, that's a threat to your stash. I mean, he was talking about how he talked to the guy, and the guy be like, "Nah, bro, you not rocking like that for real." And he like, yeah, I am. And he basically touched the guy's rear end, trying to get the guy. And I'm like, man, see this right here. What about you straight women out there? This is messing with y'all stash. And I'm a straight woman, but you know my situation. I'm out of the dating pool. I just sit to the side with binoculars on. But look, ladies, look. Sis Mona got a plan for y'all. Sister Mona. I think y'all should get y'all visas. And I think y'all should explore the world. Because you are in a globe. You got this whole movement with these passport bros out here saying we getting our passport. But a lot of women been traveling anyway. You the head of your household anyway. Now, I mean, statistically wise, you taking care of the kids on your own anyway. I say, like, look, go somewhere else and be seen and let the man look at you, like find you like a traditional man, because the men in the USA, a lot of them are not traditional. They've lost their values and their integrity, and they are settling, and they are just so open that it's just too dangerous to be out here. It's too dangerous to be out here. I would I would pray and ask God to lead and guide your footsteps, but for now on, my virtuous sisters, my virtuous brother, well, I can't call them, but and my men too out there that have a love and a passion for God, man, explore, like travel, like look for someone with traditional values And some people are into that. If you into that, you into that. But I just never thought that I would see at my age a man openly like, so I mean, see, when we were growing up, again, it was DL, it was down low, and then it was, bisexual. God be like, yeah, I date men and women, okay. But now it's like, if you don't date, if you look down at it, there's something wrong with you. Nah, man, nah. And then I looked at another video where it was a young man and he was eating food. He took a young lady on a date. And what he did was, he was like, she independent. She said she got money, but I see she not eating. And he was eating real good, eating noodles, eating chicken. And he was taking photos and videos of his plate. And then he took a video of her. She was on her phone and she looked up, but she didn't have no plate or anything like that. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what anybody say. When my daughter grow up, she going to have her own money. But if anybody's taking you out, any man, he is paying for everything, unless you feel like it. I don't understand it. If I had a son, and even my nephews, that's chump change for them. Like, what? That's no. What is a meal? I mean, come on now. I feel like some of y'all don't give to the homeless, or maybe when you do, you count your change before you put it in the bucket. Like, when I was really in the dating scene, like in my 20s, in my 30s, like, well, really in my 20s, because I got married when I was 29, so it couldn't be my 30s. But even like when I was in the dating scene, like, it was nothing for a guy to pay the bill. And even when I was like, let me go here, nah, like, it was an insult to them. They paying tips and everything. It took me a long time after I got married to realize that I was, my husband at the time would be like, babe, you're over tipping. I'm sorry. I used to date, ballers that'll just put a knot on the table and be like, thanks for the service, and walk away. Like, we was on some Hollywood type stuff. Like, it was nothing. And I even remember before my husband dating somebody, he was young, he was a truck driver. And I remember like going on little, like traveling with him to different states or whatever like that on my days off. And even when we went out to dinner, I would have to tell him, no, you got to leave a bigger tip than that. It was nothing. It was nothing for a man to be like, I got this, because real men don't care about that unless they tight. If they tight on money, they're not going to go out to eat. But if they got it, they going to eat good, and they're going to show the person that they appreciate it. They're not going to let you pay for nothing. They're not gonna let you pay for anything. So I'm trying to understand the disconnect with this young guy. He looked like he got to be like maybe 20. I'm like, you sat up there and put a video on. You got a really pretty nice young lady that's with you, and you put a video on showing how selfish you are, eating your food, talk about she ain't got it. No man does that. A man is supposed to be, what the heck? Somebody's trash fell all off their trash. A provider. And I'm like, well, so what's the point of, I mean, if we look at statistically wise, look who's in the top of the workforce now, women. Which means that if a woman can't, I could go out now and pay for a really good meal and drinks and champagne and eat all by my daggone stuff. Like, why would I go somewhere to you with you and it's a date, and you are showing me that you cannot provide? You're showing me that you're not going to be a good leader in my life. You're showing me that I'm gonna have to go Dutch on everything. That's not cute. That's a turn off. I tested. I don't care. When I was dating, I used to test a guy to be like, I need to get my nails done. I could get my own nails done. Don't get it twisted. I've had a job since I was 14 years old. I had my first house when I was, what, 22. I always work. Work has been like, I like to get my money and make my money and pay my bills and do what I want. It has never been an issue. Okay. My grandmother, she taught me how to preserve my stuff, how to shop thrifty when I was younger, growing up. So I learned how to maintain the type of lifestyle that I want. And like, I'm not, and I say that because it's not like I'm some chick that'll go out here and spend $80,000 on a Birkin bag. But what I don't understand is y'all acting like that when it come to meals. That's some bum type stuff. See, when I was dating, unheard of. Pearls would be on the floor, unheard of, unheard of. Like, I don't know what's going on these days. Maybe I need to do a dating video on what to expect, what to look for, how to act, and daggone what to stay away from, because I have never seen this type of scale of demonic. So let me get back to the guy. So the guy says, his aunt was like, no, she said she okay because she heard that you were gay. And he was like, she wouldn't even allow me to shoot my shot just because I be with men. So what does that mean? You bisexual, so what does that mean? It means she trying to live, man. Have you seen the statistics and men who are in that lifestyle? And it's a turn off. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna be very honest with you. It's a turn off to find out that your man knocked another man off. Like, I mean this, and I don't care. You could call it whatever you could call it. You homophobic from not wanting to deal with no gay man. Whatever, baby. Whatever. Call it what you want. I'm straight as an arrow. And when I was dating, he had to be a man. He had to be a man. I don't care. Like, there's no, I don't. I even have a pet peeve of men with earrings. That's just me. That's me personally. Some women don't mind that, but I'm like, it's too feminine to me if you ask me. But some women don't mind that or whatever. Some women don't mind that their man, they dye their hair and all types of stuff, whatever. That's for each his own. Some women don't even mind that the man sleep with another man. They don't care, just as long as they could be in his life. Get your visas, man. I'm sorry, get your passports, not your visas. Get your passports. Get your passports and you know travel. The globe is like, look, the way things are going in the USA. If I was single, I'll be somewhere looking in a tribe somewhere. Them tribal dudes, them tribal men. Talk about y'all. Look, I'm from the USA, but I heard that there's men. I be telling my friends, y'all better stop playing these games. You got men from all over the daggone globe. You got men that know how to build a house with their hands, man. Ain't nothing. Let me tell you something. Look, there are cruel guys that I could call up. Those are like my brothers, and them they know how to put roofs and build a whole frame, and they know, like, there's so many. You don't have to settle in the USA for this. And I feel like a lot of these dudes out here, they're so tainted by with the mind frames of other men are saying, don't pay for no meals for her. She don't deserve no meals. Only pimps talk like that to these hookers out here. You know, but for virtuous women, no, you deserve the best, sis. You really do, sister. You deserve the best. You deserve the best. And it's the same thing with good godly men out there. You deserve a virtuous woman out there. But you got to know what to nah. You start off, nah. I'm sorry. The stuff that I saw yesterday, I couldn't believe this young boy sitting at a table and gonna sit up here and eat in front of her. eat in front of her and then videotape it, and everybody, and it's these two couples, they sitting on the couch and the guy laughing with his mouth all wide, and the lady co-signing with him, and I'm like, both of y'all horrible as heck, and I'm sure y'all not married, and even if y'all are, y'all ain't gonna make it, because you sit up here and you feed off of the drama of other people hurt. And then you, as a woman, sitting up here co-signing and laughing. Oh, you got your own money, huh? But y'all see you not eating. You trying to impress him. You couldn't bring that to my dad. First of all, I'm mad I even saw something like that. And everybody was leaving comments like, oh, see, she should have had her money. I see, for food. I mean, it's nothing if I'm in line and somebody don't have it, and I'm like, how much is it? I'll pay for it. It's nothing if somebody be like, excuse me, mister, you have something, and I give them more than what they asked for. It's nothing if I go out, even with my crew, and I'm like, I got the bill. See, that's that boss type stuff. That's that leader type stuff. So I don't understand how a grown man can sit up there and watch another woman, and you bring her just to dog her. It shows the character in you. You cheat, trifling. You ain't worth marrying, looking at. I mean, who does that? That's like having a baby and then taking the bottle from the baby, like just having the bottle in front of the baby, like you thought she was gonna get this milk, huh? And the baby just looking like with egg. Like I don't know how to even describe that. It's unmanly. It's not a That's not a man. He's a coward. You don't do stuff like that. I learned years ago to always make sure that I had my own. I learned years ago to make sure I had my own ride. I learned years ago to make sure that the deed is in my name. I learned because a lot of people would take stuff and be like, this is what I have, and they'll dwindle it in front of you. A guy could pull up in a nice ride. I don't care. I don't care about that ride. It ain't mine. So why am I going to sit up here and be like, look what he has. So what? He ain't going to let you drive it. And if he do, he going to tell you to bring it back at a certain time. Been there, done that. You know what I mean? And then when you ready to go somewhere and look GQ or whatever you want to call it, he hurries up and he takes the daggone keys back. It don't belong to you. But also too, if a man does take you out on a date and he pays for everything, bill, tip, all of that, he's not supposed to expect anything in return. And it's not supposed to be like oh my goodness, guess what? He took me to Outback Steakhouse, or he took me here. It's supposed to be like you had a really that's what a man is supposed. I don't understand why men would not want to be providers out here. Like, is it that much? If it's that much, then you shouldn't even be dating. You shouldn't even be dating. Stay home with popcorn and slippers on. Don't even ask nobody out on no date. Because the thing is, and another thing too that I've been seeing that a lot of folks been saying is that these women think they are the prizes out here. A lot of men been saying these women ain't no prizes. They're not the prize. You think you the prize. You ain't the top 10. But they are. The Bible never says anything about a man being a prize. The Bible says a man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor from God. What type of favor? I've seen men be blessed from nothing to making over six figures, going on trips. Like, God has truly blessed this man. And I would literally look and be like, the reason why he blessed him is because he has a wife and a family. So God is going to make sure that the blessings is upon that man's household. Yeah, you got these dudes out here talking about I'm the prize. How? Get off them daggone mirrors. Because no matter how cute you look, no matter how handsome you look, you're not. You're not. There's a standard of being a man, and I just feel like y'all losing a grip on what a man is because of what y'all seeing around here. So I will honestly say, women, and I have to, this video is geared towards women, is that, and you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but sustain from sex. Abstinent is the key to get your mental, your mind, your spirit, your soul, everything together. Okay, because it's too risky out here. One day can ruin your life forever. One test can ruin your life forever. You thought you was in love with somebody, and you feel like if you sacrificed your body, if you gave your body up, he'll have respect for you, he'll love you, he'll take care of you, he'll be there for you, he'll do all of these things. But he's showing himself that he's not going to do those things. So I say we got to take this thing back in the day. You want a back in the day type of man, you got to take it back in the day. Don't give up the goods until it's your husband. Don't give up a daggone thing until it's your husband. Because it's what I heard from what my god sister told me, and for what I saw in these videos, these dudes don't have nothing to work for. It used to be you used to work for her hand in marriage. You used to work to take her out. You had to go through hoops to get a date with this person. You had to get to know this person and had to, like you really felt like you put in time for that. Now it's so freely given that people don't care. They hurt you. They don't even know you. Hold on. I'm not giving. Excuse me. Hi, can I please get a large coffee? Large hot coffee? Yes. Creamy sugar? Um, yes. Anything else? Can I get it? Can it be vanilla? Sweet? Yes. Anything else? And can I get the cream? Can I get almond milk? Almond milk? Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. That's it. That's all? Uh-huh. 407. Okay. That for a hot coffee, it almost cost me $5. He said 407. You act like I ordered a Happy Meal. Well, not Happy Meal, but a daggone. Yeah, so too many people compressing, and I'm like, nah, you're not about to do that. Nah, we not playing them games. We are not playing those games. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say about that. I think not even think y'all need to just be y'all need to like literally practice abstinence because there's too many chicks out here that's giving up the goods that you just going to be another number, another number, another number. You are like you. It's worth waiting for. It's not worth laying down with somebody and then I heard this new terminology where they call it like you just got ghost. He just ghosted you, gave up the goods, and he ghosted you. Like there is a spiritual thing with that, man. I really believe like the enemy is literally trying his best to taint the dating pool, especially of single folks, like eligible people. Like this man literally said that he's upset with black women who won't compress to date a bisexual man, a man who likes to be with a man. And then he says in 3 months later that how he turned out some straight dudes. So you going after straight people to turn them all out. But where are you standing? You just want to just, like if that's what you're into, how come you just don't date folks that do the same thing that you like? You want to go for the ones who don't do that. So I would say this: practice abstinence, celibacy should be the new cool. You should be able to be like, I ain't been with nobody in what, how many years has it been? Start now. Good morning. Thank you. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, no matter how cute somebody is, and it's not worth it. It's not, because If you get burnt and you get hurt and that person then ghost you, and now you got a burnt, you know, box or a burnt piece, and this person then went off in the mist, still spreading destruction to everyone else, was it worth it? A lot of people got hurt by that one person that they gave themselves to. Nah, it need to be a celibate movement out here. You need to have guys chopping down trees and building houses and in competition to get with you. Like it shouldn't be whatever, you know. And women need to stick together on this. And men too, they need to stick together as a community of virtuous women. Cause you just don't know, man. Thank you. So anyway, I wanted to just say that. So I think y'all, only thing that your sister Mona gotta say is y'all better get y'all daggone visas. And even then, you gotta be careful with folks overseas, but it's much bigger than the USA. And a lot of these folks have been, especially the youngins that was in high school that graduated, now they in college, out of college. Now, they've been so like into this whole worldly thing, like it's okay to do whatever you want to do. No, there's consequences. The wages of sin is death. Nobody wants to talk about that until you get the test that it says positive, and you mad because you like, I ain't never been with nobody but you. And the person like, oops, let's just go out and eat. It's no biggie. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you're precious. You're precious. Know that God loves you and He wants the best for you. Don't settle for these people out here. And I'm trying to tell you some real stuff. If a man is not treating you, dinner, all of that, leave him be. Let some other chick deal with that. I don't care how cute he is. He take you out somewhere, he expecting something, let him go. Let him go. Anyway, we'll discuss more about this when I get off. Y'all have a great day today.